I moved to Detroit in 1982. I was about 6 years old. My father moved back to Detroit from Boston, had been in Detroit since the early 70s, and talks about Detroit as this vibrant place. Highland Park used to be like one of the top 10 cities in America. Even in the 80s, though, it was not this bad because the auto industry was still thriving. People had jobs. You know, there was still over 1 million people in the city of Detroit. So I loved Detroit, and I loved growing up in Detroit. I mean, you had, random violence from time to time, but nothing like this. The amount of blight and vacancy, the low morale. I think since Kwame Kilpatrick's demise, there's been a depression.
Kwame Kilpatrick will be 71 years old when he gets out of prison.
43-year-old deserved a long prison sentence for his 24 convictions on racketeering, bribery, tax crimes.
Kwame Kilpatrick represented so much for us. 31 years old, African-American male, elected mayor of the city of Detroit. And he was the hip-hop mayor, but more than that. And he was big, he was bold, he meant so much to us. And to see him basically self-destruct before our eyes, I think a lot of people have lost morale since the Kwame Kilpatrick administration. We preach messages like, be all you can be in God's army, The Lord is on your side, you can make it. And people are like looking at you. Okay, I mean, you would think these would be themes that people would be excited about. You can make it. But if I'm grieving, if I'm shell-shocked by my environment, if I'm just trying to make it till tonight, not even next week or tomorrow, I think that's what we're facing. But I do think that Detroit and surrounding areas can't come back, right? And so we need more people who can help America and the world locate poverty in our own backyard.
I go to Wayne State. Right now we're just cleaning up the neighborhood so it's safer for kids. Right here you couldn't even see the sidewalk and now it's clear enough that kids can walk there.
In the last 2 days we've had almost 200 students involved. Most of these students come from the suburbs. Most of them have never been in a Detroit neighborhood, okay? And Detroit is the most segregated city in America. And we're breaking that down. They're working with people from the neighborhood. They're learning that they're good people, and the people in the neighborhood are learning that these kids care and can contribute. So yes, I do expect it to change things.
I'm Officer Johnson, DPS Police. We're just out here today, just overseeing, making sure that the people that's out here working stay safe. And I believe that if more people would get out in the community and do things like this, make sure our kids have a safe haven to come to school, get rid of some of the blight, make the areas look more presentable. I think people will begin to bring their children back into the community, back to EAA schools, back to DPS schools where we can educate them. And if you bring them, we'll keep them safe.
I really believe that every student, regardless of where they live, deserves the education that I got and that I've seen other kids around the country getting.
And what was the problem here in Detroit that you had decided to come here and?
Students basically being left behind, being forgotten, not being challenged, not be given opportunities just because where they live or situations that they have absolutely no control over.
We're working together for a greater good for the city of Detroit to make this neighborhood safe for the children to get back and forth to school. Boarding up homes, cutting grass, trimming shrubbery, picking up garbage. We have a pedophile problem in the city of Detroit, and pedophiles like to hide out in abandoned homes, hide out there and rape our children and sexually molest our children. So we're doing our part, not by talking, but by rolling up our sleeves and actually doing the work.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Is that what you got? Let's go.
I came home from school from winter break. It was my first year out of high school. I came back from school winter break. I seen my god sister walking past houses like this, coming from Paul Robeson Academy. And I said, oh man, she gotta walk past all this grass that's taller than me. I'm 6 feet tall, And I said, we gotta do something about it. So I said, somebody gotta do something about it. So I said, hey, why can't it be me? So me and a friend named Chris from Bowling Green State University, we was using our winter break and we started boarding up a house. Like we started off, like I got the footage and everything. We started off with a brick for the hammer, and we found the little toe box as the little dustpan or whatever, and we started boarding that up. So if you guys ever need that, I can give it to you. It's more people like us. They're here. It's a lot more people. Just don't know how to go about doing it. But we here to show you the way. You can partner up with us, and we can get a lot done. We got what, 12 houses done today? Think about it, if it was like another one of me. That's 24. You know, and you keep multiplying, keep multiplying, keep multiplying. In a minute, we only be at 50,000 houses. We got 100,000 abandoned houses in Detroit, and a little bit over. But I guess we in the 90s now because of today. So, I'm David Troop. That's my story.